12:03 in the morning. Construction Stories Part 131. Pools of Danger. So metal. Well, I woke up this morning, did some things, did more things, you know, the usual. But then I went to work. Now, here's the deal. I talked with the guy I'm going to move in with, and I talked with my people I'm living with now, which is my family, Hala, and we decided that I'm going to work for one more week, and then I'm out. So when that happens, rest in peace, Construction Stories, until I resurrect thee at some later date, which will probably happen, in all honesty. But until then, I will be doing daily vlogs and crap, just because I've kind of gotten used to it, and it's kind of nice. So, thing that happened today, right? We go in, we're chipping, we got these, it's like a huge, I don't really know how to explain it, it's like a big power drill, okay? So like, think of a power drill, and you hold it, but you have to hold it with two hands, because it's really big, so it's like this big, all of this is metal, okay? So you hold it, and it's got this bit on it, it's really long, and you hold it, and then it just goes, it either spins, or you can set it to spin and like hit it at the same time, or you can just set it to hit it. So when we chip, we just, and it's good stuff. So we chip the crap out of this one cell, we're going to the next one, I'm kind of chipping a little bit, and then we're dropping down these power lines. Well, power, whatever. So we set up the stuff at the top, and we drop it down, and we're like, oh, we need to get someone to go in there so it doesn't get wet. Because if it gets wet, you gotta like wait or dry it off, and it's just a hassle. So we're like, oh yeah, I'll just grab it. So I go up top, I drop down one line. Boss comes in, he just walks through, and I don't really pay attention, and he just walks over, grabs it, and pulls it back out. I'm like, okay, my turn. I go down, he comes up with another line, he drops it down, I'm coming down, like, totally unaware. I go across, I go into this cell, and I take this one step. So here's my foot. My arm is my foot. I go, whoa, and then I pull out because I had dipped my boot in about 2 inches of water. It was this boot. I had been like, whoa! So it was up to here about. And I look in the cell, and this is my boot. If my boot was on the bottom of the floor, the water would have been here. So I dodged a bullet. So it was a pool of danger. The thing is, I'm so used to the cells not having that much water in it, and I'm just looking at it, and there's like this much water just everywhere, and so I'm like, what? How? It's like when you play that the floor is lava, except it was real. And not as dangerous, but whatever. So I like ninja crawl, climb my way around the cell, grab the thing, go back over, and that was that interesting thing. The other interesting thing is that we had to strip these bulkheads, and I talked about these before. I don't know if you remember, but basically they poured the concrete here, and they don't want to pour it here, so they put a wall made out of wood right here. That's about it. But it's made out of a bunch of little slats of wood. And I was like, oh, I'll do that. Because last cycle, as I complained about in one of these construction stories, the bosses were like, you're not working fast enough. You're not stripping this bulkhead fast enough. Meh. And so I was like, I hate you guys. But I volunteered because I wanted to prove to myself that I was working well and fast. So I go in there with my boss, he climbs up there, I'm in a lift, and I start going for it. I'm like, and I'm just, you know, hanging out. I'm working, but I'm working hard. I'm like competitive, because a guy come in and he was like, oh, you guys are racing? Because we started at the same time, and he's like, you better watch out. He's getting old, might be losing his edge. And I was like, I'm young, I'm hip and strong and stuff, I can beat him, yeah! So I climb up, well, I don't climb up, I go up in my lift and I start going for it, And he starts going for it, and we're both going for it. And then I finish my entire thing, which is like, it's like 30 feet high, right? Just 30 feet of just little wood pieces that you just gotta rip out. And I get all the way down to the bottom, get out of my lift, and go over and start working on the lower part. And then I look over, and my boss is still like halfway up. I'm like, I'm better than you. And it was just really funny. And because a bunch of other guys were walking by, and like this main supervisor was like, it looks like Nolan's kicking your keister, eh? And he's like, yeah, stop working so fast. You're making me look bad. And then this other carpenter comes over. He's like, whoa, what's going on? And it was just funny. So another thing that happened after that is I had to go get my mask so I could pressure wash. And I was like, oh, I left it in that one cell where I was chipping. So I go in there, and I'm about to, like, step down. But then I see something weird with the floor. I'm like, wait a minute. My earlier adventures have taught me that sometimes there's water on the ground. So I look down and I look close, and there's a bunch of water in the cell that I had previously been chipping in. So it was like, whoa, the level's changing, dude. So I'm like strafing on the walls and like doing Spider-Man like wall climbs around on the thing, and I'm like, and it was cool. Last thing, I'm driving home, and I've noticed this for the past 2 weeks. Every time I pass a specific stretch of road, there's been somebody pulled over and a police siren going, right? So this night, I was like, I wonder, like, this has happened every single night. Like, you don't understand. Every single night, within 1 mile of a specific overpass, which I just realized is next to a casino. That might be part of it. Within 1 mile of that thing, it's either before it or after it, somebody is pulled over. And there's a police officer. And so I was like, I was looking for it this time. I was like, where are you? You dirty police. I mean, whatever. And I see one. I'm like, aha! Ha! Check, that's one. But then I see another one off in the distance. I'm like, wait, 2? Goodness gracious, it's an epidemic. And then I'm driving and I pass that second one. And then some dude, like, 100 feet in front of me, gets pulled over in the middle of a bunch of cars. And he's like, you can hear him, like, crying. And he's pulling over, and this cop car is like, arr, and all these other cars are like, oh, brah. So that's the danger part. Those 3 police things. And I don't want to get pulled over. I know that one of my brake lights is out, I think. But, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go clean myself in a shower and then do my freaking laundry, because that stuff is filthy, socks smell disgusting, and I probably smell disgusting, and it's good to smell good, so don't smell bad. Yeah. My favorite smell is mozzarella sticks being freshly baked, cooked. What's your favorite smell? Peace! Ugh. Have a great night.